Hi guys, welcome again. This time we are doing something special again. We are doing Guess the Move, but this is a Guess the Move on the game requested by one of the viewers. We're going to follow this August Joe Logs. This is not a live game. This is a correspondence game, so it was turn-based. It was played over, I guess, multiple days. It is a 7-player game. We don't do that much often, and it is a Giza game. I think it's been a long time since we do a Giza game, and Giza is a very interesting wonder. One of the very few that I actually think both sides are equally good. I prefer A usually, but B is more than fine. So, without further ado, this will be the Guess the Move, so I'll be trying to do Guessing the Move. As you can see, he's the top-rated player here, so I expected him to do well in this lobby. And first I would guess B, actually. Like, I would pick A here. Without Babylon near me, I don't usually want to go B. But here, what do I expect? I expect to lose the Colossus on red, and to win again Halicarnassus going for a green on red. So I expect like half red from us, then some blue splash, and then something else. So actually B might be the better pick probably here. But in the 7-player game, be careful. There is not much resources. There is not that many resource cards. They do not, like in the second era, there are no more resource cards. Like the only count that has more resource cards is 4-player, and the higher you go, the less you get per player. So this makes this side worse in the 7-player game. But yeah, both are fine, I think. But I expect B. This will be more clicking because this is a 7. Oh, he chose A. So first wrong. As I said, both are fine. Just because we are next to the Colossus, maybe there was some insensitive to pick B, but we are in the 7-player game, so I would still actually prefer A. So I agree with the choice. I just thought that he would do something different because B is more popular. I would suggest double resource here, but let's talk about other picks. This is not going to happen. Like, let's see. Here is the green guy corner. They're sitting next to each other, so I imagine one of them would be in green. I would imagine this guy would be green as well. This guy will splash green probably. That's a lot of competition for green. I don't think we want to be in green. Unless we see an opportunity, we don't want to be in green. So, Theater is, like, we can go heavy into blue. Blue is usually not that contested. We have, like, very few resources, but this is just perfect for us. We want this. This will let us pick two of the red cards. We really want to establish hitting this guy. Loom is not that great because we still have access to Loom, so we are in no rush to do this. These are just worse than the Forest Cave, unless we like really need some money, which we don't. We can spend one at the moment. So this is an easy pick, and I expect him to naturally follow this. And in 7-player games, nothing comes back to you, so there is no point about talking what can come back to me. Here it gets interesting, to say the least. This guy didn't, like... We would love for this guy to pick something else from this hand and pass this to us, but unfortunately it didn't happen. This guy went A, by the way. This is surprising. But A actually might suggest even crazier green strategy than what I would do, but I would never pick Glassworks on the first hand. None of them really went green so far. But it's not like we can go green from this hand, and it's too early to decide that they didn't go green. Maybe they just picked something over it. Claypool is interesting, as I said. Not that many resources. You can just grab them in the first round and just be happy with this. Tradings are good. I would strongly think about East trading to Colossus here. Very, very tempting. This I wouldn't go for yet. Tavern is fine. Let's see how many taverns are there. I'm not that experienced in 7 players, so I've played like a bunch, but not nearly as many as for the other player counts. I think it's my least played player count, except for 8. I never played 8, but you have to have expansions for 8 players. 3 taverns. I don't think we are in a rush for money, to be honest. So here for me it's between Claypool and East trading. I would probably East trading here. It's just like he has needs that align with our needs, kind of. So East trading looks really good here. And also it lets us build Forum for free in the next era, and Forum looks like something we want to build for now. So East trading here. That would be my pick. Claypool. That was my second best pick. I can't catch a break here, but I totally see this. These are good. Both picking A and Claypool are both good picks here. So here we probably want to pick 1 red. Lumberyard. Lumberyard doesn't seem that interesting just because we didn't pick. If we picked, yeah, we still want to pick red. Even if we picked like different before, we still want 1 red. And the question is Stockade or Barracks. I would actually pick Stockade just because Barracks might come back to us. And there are only two Stockades, as far as I know. Yeah, there's only 6 cards available for red, so I would pick Stockade here. I hope this guy concedes red, and we can capitalize on it. Let's see how we are doing on greens. This guy went green, but not that heavily, and none other went green. So this can be an interesting game, very interesting. Okay, so I would go Stockade here. I can totally see Barracks as well. This is not a big deal. I'm just picking Stockade because the Barracks might come back and I might want to pick a second red card. And he goes for Lumberyard. It's not bad. Lets us build, for example, Caravanserai for free. There are 3 Caravanserais, so 3 in a 7. It lets us build stables. It gets us cheaper both archery range and training grounds. What else? It lets us build cheaper statue. So that's something. I don't hate it. This is not something that I would do, but actually it might be good when I think about this. Like, it might let us build to our recent favorite, which is Haven. Yeah. It's fine. It let us build. I'm just like sad about skipping red because I think then this guy can maybe block us on red or something. I just wanted to like signal red early, but it's not a bad pick. This guy finally goes for green, which I like. Like, here a couple of picks. West Trading, not bad. Like, not amazing, but not bad either. Because, like, this guy has what we need, basically. It's fine here, I think. It would be better here, but it's okay. Pawn Shop is okay as well. We are Giza. We can build Pawn Shop. If there is a wonder that can build Pawn Shop, it's Giza A. Definitely. Press is interesting. We are helping this guy a little, but maybe this guy will buy from us something because of this press. The worst thing about press is that it doesn't help us much. There is nothing that we want to build using it in the next era. In the last era, it might come handy. Maybe traders, but probably not. But philosophers sounds good. Ship owners, that sounds very good. And of course, Palace and Pantheon. But other than that, we are not getting into Chamber, I think. We might, but not at the moment. The only thing that I would exclude probably is Loom here. Unless we want to block some kind of guys at the end of the table, but it's so hard to do that it's not really worth basing our strategy on. So these are the 3 picks. I would kind of gamble that we will get Caravanserai. There is so few wood here that one of the Caravanserais probably will make its way toward us. So I would skip West Trading, and maybe him skipping East Trading was a better idea than mine. But at that point we didn't know. And also, like, it makes for coherent strategy with picking both Clay and Lumberyard, as Lumberyard lets us build the Caravanserai. Claypool is very good if we get a Caravanserai, so I would imagine this is a coherent strategy. Pawn Shop or Press here. Like, this guy will buy from us, but he's not interested in any press either. If it was Glassworks, I would pick it. But as it is not. If I was Giza B, I would also pick it, because you need this for last stage of the wonder. But this is so hard. Like, I'm guessing that he builds press just because he likes resources so much, which I can't blame. This is a good way to play. Would I pick Pawn Shop here? Yeah, I think I would pick Pawn Shop. I think that some of the grays will still come to us because we haven't seen them, and there is just so much of them. Maybe not so much, but there is a lot. So I would actually pick Pawn Shop here, but I'm betting Press. And it's actually Loom. So I was close, but I would pick. Like, I guess that Loom is better for us, but we have access to Loom. And I would actually pick Press before Loom in that scenario. Here, I think we are picking Glassworks. Glassworks is better than Press for us, so basically with Glassworks and Press from the previous hand, we would have access to all the materials from the grays. And we do eventually, just because Colossus helps. So actually with this play, Like, this is Colossus helping us a little. I think. I think he doesn't need to do this. But because he done this, we are in a better place that we would be if we picked differently. Okay, so let's think about second era. What do we want to do? I don't think we want to pay for a wonder here. So I think we want to build this actually. This can be tricky because we need double stone. We need double stone and caravanserai ideally. If we build this, we want aqueduct. We want. Do we want a red card? Probably we do. But I don't think we can win. I think we should. Maybe we should forgo red and just go into heavy blue in the second era. That means temple. That means maybe statue if we can get it. And 2 stages of the wonder, so that's 7. So that means that we will have to cut 1. But what we really need is definitely stone, definitely caravanserai, and aqueduct, just because it's so much points. Then we can think about going for the press nonetheless, just to get Chamber of Commerce, just because it started to be decent for us and can be amazing. For the last round, we would be able. This would be free for us. This would cost us 1. Not 1, but like 2. This would be free if we build caravanserai. This will be free if we 2 cost 2 if we build caravanserai. Maybe we should even go for the press. We will see how the hand's shaped up. Haven would give us 5 points and would be free. Lighthouse would be pretty bad. And Arena can be pretty good. And Senate will be free for us. With the caravanserai. Okay, so plan for the second era, get caravanserai. How possible is that? This guy cannot build this. This guy cannot build this. This guy can build this. So yeah. I think we are in an okay spot, but we really need that caravanserai. I don't like to play hoping for caravanserai, but it just fixes all our problems because we kind of need just 1 of everything. Okay, so here I would build buffs. Okay, and this guy paid us. It was just 1, but he paid us. Okay, so looking at the green, with 7 players, there's just so much to look at. So that will be probably a longer video, sorry guys. So yeah, there's like, no one is in tablets for unknown reason, but this guy probably will build tablets now, just because they couldn't hide all of them. No, he's trading to us. Okay, so we are in this nice position that we are getting money. Not all of them, but some. Okay, and this hand is just terrible. This hand is abysmal. We would prefer press over forum, just for the Chamber of Commerce and the possibility of getting some money from this guy. We prefer statue over courthouse, because statue has free build and courthouse, no one has tablets, so courthouse has like lost its main advantage. 6 gold, I think we can pass on it for now. We are aiming for very stable resource base, so that's something that we want to pursue. So in that case, I will actually pick press from this hand. We cannot pick these 2 cards. I would cross over this and this. So this is between press, statue, and bazaar. Bazaar, I think, 6 gold at that point is not that much to us. Like imagine if we are like, let's say that we are building Chamber of Commerce. Then this is 2 gold and 2 points, so that means it's 8 gold. Unless we are in need of gold, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I think we will be fine. We will get some from them also that they are trading to us. So we are in no need to pick gold card. So I would say it's press here. Statue is possible, but I wouldn't. Yeah, he agrees. Okay, 2 caravanserai goals. That is a very bad news for us. So here, we can go a couple of ways about this. We can start going for red. We can build stables here. Or we can go temple. I would stay away from red, just because we know nothing about these guys. This guy has strong incentive to pick red. And this guy can just surprise us from the picks from the graveyard, which is very not nice to play against. So I would just stay away from red, just because of this. And this is a 7-player lobby. If we get into fights against them, we are losing against everyone else. So that's why I wouldn't stables here. I would actually temple. And Bazaar just got better. So Bazaar is a possibility also, because this is... Actually, Bazaar might be just better. This is 8 gold. This is like 9 gold. 3 points is 9 gold. And 9 gold is better than 3 points. This has 3 build, but we only paid 2 for the building of the Pantheon. So this is not much. So I would actually Bazaar here. Just because we might need to buy some stuff. This is a 7-player game, so it's entirely possible that we never see double stone. There is 1 double stone, and the other will be crossing this guy. So we might need to actually buy it from him. In that case, we need Bazaar. So Bazaar is a pick here. I think this guy, when he asked me to cover this, he said that he only played 7 players. And I think you can tell, just because how... I think his picks make so much sense here. I really like the Bazaar pick. If I would play this like really quickly, I was thinking about going Temple, as you can remember in the first era. So it's just like Temple, yeah, Bazaar was not really in my picture, but just because the situation changed and because of the double stone not being there, I think Bazaar was 100% correct. We still haven't seen the 3rd Caravanserai, we still haven't seen double stone being picked up, but he's the first guy that can actually pick double stone, and he has some incentive to do that. And there is another guy, so I think the double stone is not coming back to us. That's because of this. Like I said, I don't play 7-player that much. That's because of this. I'm looking at this Claypool and thinking that I wish you were the yellow card to trade to here, because then of course he can still not pick this, but then it would have been easier. Okay, we can think. I wouldn't go into green yet. I think green is a trap here. We can probably get 2 sets even with the green, but how much does it cost us? This cost us 2. This costs us 2. Like, we may have to think about just not going for the 3rd stage of our wonder, which is crazy, but this will probably end up happening. Because if this guy doesn't pick 2 stone, we can't even build it. And if he does, this will cost us 6 gold, which is a lot. So, yeah. Reds. If this guy picks stone, this guy has trouble building this. We might actually be able to pull the red off. This is a moment to gamble. We can either bury school to just try to play it safe. I'm just thinking if we can build this wonder. Like, my gut tells me that we really shouldn't count on it. These are kind of out of the question, so it's either training or just bury school. Or build school. Maybe, I don't know. We are kind of stuck to the corner here. I would probably guess build training. I know I said I don't want to go on red, but this seems like a hard one to go on red. And this guy's... This cost him a lot. Well, he will build this probably from this hand, so... The walls are gone, then the walls will be built by this guy. Then we might get another red. Maybe we can win one at least, which makes it worth, so... I would guess building training ground here. Yep. Unfortunately, this guy went for this. Okay, we get Caravanserai in the end, which we have to, absolutely have to build. And maybe we'll get the double stone. I think the double stone is here right now. Unless it's something like traveling. Like, there is one hand that we will not see, and it might be the double stone. Which makes it really sad. And that's why I don't really like 7-player. Just because you just... There are so many things that you cannot plan for. Which you can totally plan for in lower player counts. Like, people say that they don't like 7 Wonders on higher player counts just because your hand doesn't come back. The fact that it comes back is irrelevant. It's just about, like, it's relevant, but not that much. It's more about, like, in 7 players, you just don't see one hand, or they can just, like, circle around in a way that it doesn't chain properly. Like, with 4 players, on 4th pick, you will see double stone, or you will never see it, right? Here, we can see double stone on the last pick, and it makes, for example, getting... some cards harder, just because like the order of things matters in 7 Wonders just because of the resources. So here Caravanserai 100%. We can at least build these two. Okay, this costs us 4 gold. I think it would be worth it actually. Here it's statue or stables, but it's actually stables. We will draw against this guy probably, but win against this guy, and it's the important part. We really need to at least make this work. If we don't, we will probably lose to this guy, which makes it worth 4 points at this moment. As you can see, 4 points to 4 points. This was actually 5, because we will probably not lose to this guy. So this is stables, and then we will start building our wonder. He actually disagrees. I disagree with this. I can see the incentive, but I really think that this can screw us too much. This is risking too much. I prefer not to, like, the plan here, as I can imagine from this guy, Augusto Jolox. That's how I'm going to call you. August Jolox. I hope that's correct. So here it's Wonder, and it's kind of standard plan. But if we lose on red to this guy, like this is the best card to bury by far. But is it? Maybe it's better. I don't know. But it's just so risky. Like this guy, just picking red for him right now is winning 2 fights. So I'd be like, yeah, let's do that. And there is not much buried red, right? We see only 1 buried card. This would be the 2nd, 3rd, 4th. How much is there? I think there are 6. Whoa, there are 9. So I would actually not plan on this, but yeah. We can bury another that's coming, but we don't know really if it's coming or not. Okay, so I would actually build this, but yeah. This is the second best that we can do from this hand, but I think that building is more important. But he might be too deep on green. Okay, we are burying one of the cards, and we are burying... Doesn't matter, because Halicarnassus has this build and has this build as well, so doesn't really matter. Just a wonder stage at this point. Okay. He's playing the last card, so he's getting the green, so we have 3 green players. And here is building this one. Okay, so because of this, I would be really tempted to see if he had another card in the discard pile. Okay, so there are 2 palaces and 2 Chamber of Commerce. Which is more important to us? They are both worth 8 points. But Chamber of Commerce is just a tiny bit better just because it gives us gold. Gold is better because of the tiebreaker, and also it gives us something to go for the lighthouse. So if this is the last pick and we are offered Chamber and Palace, we will take Chamber 100%. Maybe not the last. No, the last pick also, but it's like one before the last. But Chamber is much less contested. Like people. It's only for us that it's worth 8 points. For everybody else, it's not worth that much. I think the only guy that can build this is actually him. So in this case, I will actually go for Palace, but Chamber is a fine pick here as well. And 1 lighthouse is gone. Okay, here. This is simple. This is Pantheon. We have this for free. We are actually pretty lucky, I would say, to get both Palace and Pantheon. I'm surprised that this guy didn't go for Pantheon. But just a little. It cost him something, right? It cost him 2. So here Pantheon. This is not enough. This is just worse. This is worse. This is worse. So just Pantheon here. Last Era is usually the easiest one to play in 7 Wonders. Okay, that's how we get back into this game. This guild is worth a ton. It's worth 9 and it will be worth 10 because this guy is picking Lighthouse from this hand. So this is absurd and we get it. So that's really fun. I don't know why this guy didn't pick it. What was his choices? He got like Palace now, but before. I scroll down. Yver Gardens. He chained Gardens. Instead of building this for free, this monster that would give him 8 points. Instead he opted for Palace. And it was pretty sure that it would give him at least 8. It could be worth more even, so basically because this guy screwed up, we got Trader's Guild. Cool. Okay, so Trader's Guild here. Of course, this guy gets a great choice. Red. Red is not worth much. And now we are getting into the bad picks, I would say. This is worth 4. This is worth, I would say 6. Like 6 and 0 at the same time. If he never builds red, this is just 0. But if he builds red, this is 6 and 12 compared to this guy. Are we racing him? I think we are. This guy has a ton of points, but he will not be able to build much. Like, this guy is super low resource. Very, very interesting game from this guy. I would siege here probably. The only alternative is maybe we can also build Wonder, but not really. I would spice probably before building Wonder, so I would siege here. But both are fine. It's really a lifestyle choice. I just prefer to play it a little safer in these like lobbies of so many people. But I guessing siege. No, it's actually a Wonder. I wouldn't. There might be much worse picks coming. And then you're stuck with like throwing cards away. Okay, this is decent. This is 7. And this is 5, so 7 costing 2 is better than 5 for nothing. And this can change for the better, this cannot. So this is Philosopher's Guild. And he circused. But we are getting Chamber of Commerce last. Like, if we had... If we had built that, then he wouldn't build this. Which means he could have Arena'd, or he wouldn't Chambered probably, so he would have Arena'd. I think that play would have given us better points. Okay, so here we chamber, obviously. But yeah, basing the judgment, I would just play it safer and siege. But this has yielded pretty good results as well. But we are unfortunately losing both. Okay, he played one more. That's very nice for us. Okay, and we are second. This guy won. Doesn't... Oh, he has 13 from this, okay. I was saying, like, doesn't look spectacular, but then he has 13 here. So, pretty decent. Okay, cool game, cool game. It's obviously very hard to follow everything in a 7-player game. But as you can see, we are still looking at like what this guy had like in the second era. That was important to us, like those informations, like what this guy had and that we could expect Caravanserai to get back. That was really important, and I hope as much as I did, because I don't play this that often. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. See you later. Bye.